Welcome back, Devils fans. It is your host, Ace, here on Running with the Devils, where we are talking New Jersey Devils hockey all year long. Please hit that subscribe button, smash the like, share it with a friend. Thank you very much. And today, a dream for me has died. It officially has died. The New Jersey Devils have missed out on the Yaroslav Askarov sweepstakes, and Elliotte Friedman has broken my heart once again. He has broken my heart with some of his tweets over the years. This is the latest chapter of him doing that to me. And it all starts when one of my buddies sends me over this tweet in the afternoon. Not sure yet all the particulars, but sounds like Yaroslav Askarov is being traded from Nashville to San Jose. And right away, I was like, damn it. I hope this is false. And then to add insult to injury, I saw a follow-up tweet from Friedman that read, heard a lot of different possibilities over the last week, including Montreal, New Jersey, but it's the Sharks that get him. Oh, a gut punch on top of the initial gut punch. Now, it is somewhat refreshing that Fitzgerald was at least in on this and realized, obviously, that getting Askarov would be an amazing thing for the Devils to secure the net for the long-term future after we move on from Jacob Markstrom. But essentially, we couldn't get it done, and we're kind of back to the drawing board for the future long-term goalie of the organization. And then it took a little while for the return to actually come out, and then we see from the NHL.com release here, Yaroslav Askarov was traded to the San Jose Sharks by the Nashville Predators on Friday. Nashville acquired forward prospect David Edstrom, goalie prospect Magnus Krona, and a conditional first-round pick in the 2025 NHL Draft, previously acquired by San Jose from the Vegas Golden Knights for the goalie. Should that pick be in the top 10, the Sharks will have the choice to transfer either their own first-round pick in the 2025 draft or the Golden Knights selection. San Jose also acquired minor league forward Nolan Burke and a third-round pick in the 2025 draft. And I'm not going to lie, after I saw that we missed out on him, I was hoping that the return was going to be something monumental where I would have said, okay, I wanted Askarov, but not at that price. But then when I saw the return, I'm not going to lie, it stung a little bit more for me because there was rumors for a while, you know, in the recent week or so, but even further back to last season, a lot of people thought that Askarov was going to warrant a pretty sizable package to pry him from Nashville. But as I kind of suspected in a video a few days ago, once Askarov went public with this, it obviously hurts Nashville's leverage, and it kind of seems like one of those scenarios where they're going to have to deal him for less than they ideally wanted just to move on from the whole situation and avoid a complete PR nightmare. So Devils lose out. They are actually in on Askarov. We lose out to the Sharks, and I would be so curious to know exactly what we were floating them. You know, we don't have a first in 2025 because we used that pick to acquire Markstrom. We do have a 2026 first, I suppose we could have floated out there. But I'd be real curious to know exactly what it was that Fitz was kind of dangling to try to get Askarov here. But honestly, I thought the return was going to be way more, and when I saw it, it was kind of another blow because I thought he was going to go for a lot more. And honestly, I would have gladly paid that price. I mean, there was a couple extra players and things involved, but essentially it boils down, in my opinion, to Askarov basically went for a first. I mean, those prospects aren't world beaters by any means. I checked them out real quick. I wasn't familiar with them, but they aren't like top tier prospects or anything of that nature. So it was really the main piece of the deal that they're getting for him was a first rounder, and it's top 10 protected as well. So it really hurts. And if they do in fact get Vegas's pick, assuming Vegas is going to be a playoff team and be decent this year, it's going to be a late first round pick for Askarov, and I feel like we could have possibly beat that with either a package of a pick and a prospect or whatever it may be. But it's neither here nor there. We didn't get it done. The Sharks presented the best offer, and we move forward. A lot of people were kind of on both sides of the fence on this one. When I put that video out a few days ago, a lot of people said they didn't want him and it was going to be an overpayment, and people were even speculating wild packages. And it turns out the package it took to get him was nowhere near what a lot of you were saying. I don't even know where some of you were getting this information from, but a lot of you were claiming it was going to take, you know, Mercer plus a first plus all this. I never thought the price would be that high, but I thought it would be certainly higher than what it ended up being. And I wish we could have got him, but we did not. And so now we look to the future. We still have plenty of goaltending prospects in the system. We drafted Yegorov in the second round with a pick we got from Utah in the deal for Marino. A lot of people are very high on Yegorov. He's a very good prospect in his own right, and he definitely will be amongst one of the guys to hopefully kind of fight for the starting goaltending position for the New Jersey Devils in the post-Jacob Markstrom era. And then we obviously still have Nico Daws, who seems to be the guy at the moment who will have the chance to be the next guy. So then you have Yegorov, Daws. We also have Isaac Poulter, who I think could end up being a very good goalie. He'll probably play in Utica next season with Daws. And we also have Jacob Malik and Tyler Brennan in the wings. And so I do believe with all these guys, hopefully one of them can pan out to be the next franchise goaltender of our beloved New Jersey Devils after Jacob Markstrom. And at worst case, one of them should be a serviceable 1B type goalie or a backup goalie to the next guy, whoever that is. With all these goalies, we can't miss. I've talked about this at length in previous videos over the summer, but with all these goalie prospects, one of them has to hit. We must hit on one of these goalie prospects. And so now with Yegorov, Daws, Poulter, Malik, Brennan, I like our odds. I really do. I don't think we could go 0 for 5 on them. I don't know, if I'm being perfectly honest, that as of right now, today on August 23rd, do I believe any of them have as high of a ceiling as Askarov? I obviously can't say that I think they do. I mean, Askarov is one of the most highly regarded, highly ranked prospect goalies in quite a while. And so with the season he had in the AHL last year, he had some monster numbers. And it's hard to say that I believe any of the goalies we have in the system right now are going to have as good of a career as Askarov will. With that being said, I hope I'm wrong. I hope one of those guys ends up being way better than Askarov. But this does hurt because I do feel had we been able to land Askarov, I do think our goaltending situation would have been solidified firmly for basically the entire Hughes era. I mean, Markstrom has at least 2 years left. And at that point, Askarov's only going to be 24. Pencil him in for the next decade. So you're talking about, with Markstrom at 2-year minimum and then Askarov long-term, you're talking about the next 12 years of goaltending essentially should have been fairly set. And that's basically the majority of the Hughes era. I mean, the Hughes era. Goaltending would not have been a concern any longer. We would have been set in net for the Hughes era, but we're back to hoping one of the guys we have in the system pans out. It is what it is. I wish we could have landed him. We did not, and so we move forward. And a lot of other guys, just to address something else as well, a lot of people were like, oh, you're anointing this guy. He has only 3 games of NHL experience, and a lot of people are kind of downplaying Askarov. How are you building a team in this league without involving prospects at some point? You have to put your faith in prospects and believe they pan out to be the guy you think they're going to be. Obviously, I can't, or anyone can't tell you for sure that Askarov is going to be an NHL star. Obviously, that's, not possible. There is no guarantees in life and in hockey as well. But from everything he has shown, it seems to be that he will be a very good goalie in this league. Has he proven it yet? No. Would I personally have taken a small gamble on him with the price that was paid by the Sharks or something very similar to it? Absolutely, I would have. I absolutely would have. And I think the kid's going to be good. I really do. I think Askarov's going to have a very good NHL career. It might take him some time. Obviously, now he's going to be playing for the San Jose Sharks, who are definitely in a rebuild mode. And so it's going to take some time for them to have a competitive roster where, they're not a bottom feeder of the league. Let's be honest. They've been bad for a little while now, but they have some young players, on the roster, and they're trying to tinker over time and make themselves a playoff team. Shout out to Sharks general manager Mike Greer, former New Jersey Devils assistant coach, who's having quite the summer. The Sharks end up with that number 1 overall pick, draft Macklin Celebrini. Then they sign former New Jersey Devil and somewhat of a fan favorite Tyler Toffoli in free agency. And now they go out and get one of the best goalie prospects in the league in Yaroslav Askarov. What a summer. I got to tip of the cap to Mike Greer. What a summer for the Sharks. And, I feel bad for Sharks fans. I mean, we've went through our years where we were terrible, and it's not fun. It's not fun when you're a huge fan and your team is just in the gutter, and the Sharks were for a while. And Mike Greer took some big steps this summer, I think, to kind of turn things around in San Jose. Celebrini, Toffoli, Askarov. What a summer in San Jose. They'll probably be my West Coast, not like rooting interest, but team I'll somewhat pay attention to with, You know, Toffoli, I'm a big Toffoli guy with Toffoli being there, and Blackwood. It's just something to keep an eye on with the number 1 pick, Celebrini, and now Askarov. You know, though I'll pay a little more attention to them than I would have in previous years. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. Would you have paid a similar price if it were up to you? Would you have paid a similar price that San Jose did to get Askarov? Are you glad we didn't get him? Do you think it's all hype and you shouldn't take a chance on a prospect because they're not NHL proven, like some of you were saying? And let me know. Anything, everything, New Jersey Devils hockey, throw it all out there in the comments. I will be back soon. I love you all. Thank you for watching. Hopefully one of our guys in the system pan out. Hopefully one of them pan out, and we look back in this years from now and we're like, Askarov who? We didn't need him anyway. Like, comment, subscribe, and all that jazz. Until next time, friends, let's go.